Okay, now I'm going to go over another subject dealing with April 8th. But this is going to go all the way back to Genesis chapter 48, where Israel, I should say this part of Israel, meaning the United States and Great Britain, began, and why my title says, right from the beginning, the United States is going to be X'd out. You might find this interesting, and you might even find it silly. It's just coincidence, but this is where Jacob pronounced the blessings on Ephraim and Manasseh, being the United States and Great Britain. So I think it has every part to do with why the X is over America, the Babylon. And now you're going to see proof. Another thing that this eclipse is showing us, and if you bear with me for a short, you're going to see exactly what I'm seeing. Now you got to focus. Now earlier, Isaac said, "Let my name be named upon them." Isaac, and that came to pass from Shem, Sem, Semites, Semitic, Shem. Then we got Sax, Isaac, Anglo-Saxons. That came through the Caucasus Mountains, hence Caucasian. See how that works? Well, here's where people are getting it wrong. They're saying, some of them, that the U.S. is Manasseh. You're flat out calling this book a lie then. Because that's not what the scriptures say. You're going to have to understand that to understand April 8th. I know I'm pretty much hated already by a lot. Because half of what I'm showing, not many's agreeing with it. But I'm showing you plain and simple. But here comes Joseph with Ephraim and Manasseh, and Jacob's going to bless them. And he put his hands, he switched his hands. Now let's read this. I need a little bit of light. It's still early. And it's right, here we go. And Israel beat me and Jacob. Let's go to verse 13. And Joseph took them both, Ephraim in his right hand, toward Israel's left hand, and Manasseh in his left hand towards Israel's right hand, and brought them near him. And Israel, being Jacob, stretched out his right hand and laid it upon Ephraim's head, who was the younger. Now Ephraim was the younger. The right hand going on someone's head represents the higher authority. So he switched and put the right hand on Ephraim's head, guiding his hands wittingly, for Manasseh was the firstborn. Now let's go down to verse 17. And when Joseph saw that his father laid his right hand upon the head of Ephraim, it displeased him, and he held up his father's hand to remove it from Ephraim's hand unto Manasseh's head. And Joseph said unto his father, "Not so, my father, for this is the firstborn. Put thy right hand upon his head." And the father refused and said, "I know it, my son, I know it. He also shall become a people, and he also shall be great. But truly his younger brother shall be greater than he, and his seed shall become a multitude of nations." Do you see that? And he blessed them that day, saying, "In you shall Israel bless, saying, Yah make thee as Ephraim and as Manasseh." And he set Ephraim before Manasseh. Now this is a calling that never was done away with. No matter, it's not just for the old days. Who became the greatest nation on earth? Because that Ephraim was put in charge of Israel, the head tribe of Israel. So many knows that it's Great Britain, England, and the United States. But which one got the greater blessing? It wasn't Britain or England. It is the United States. And you became a multitude of nations. Look at all the people that's come over here. Now here's where I need you to focus. Seeing how England and United States are Israelite nations, and Ephraim is America, the most powerful nation this earth has ever seen. So don't tell me that the Bible did not prophesy America. That's ludicrous. And I won't accept that. The Father's not going to accept that. But since you know that we are Israel, now you got to focus on who's who here. The younger became greater. Well, who rose first? The sun never sets on the British Empire. They came first. Did they not? Did they not? But he said, the younger shall become greater. Are we not greater? We're greater than England in power, economics. Am I right? England barely even has an army. They can't even find people right now to operate their naval ships. They're not even really a military power. They have some, but they didn't become as great as the U.S. did. Now there we go. Now, either way, that's not what I want you to focus on, and I'll end it here. This is what I want you to think about in regards to April 8th. What people are missing. Because the Israel identity is not shown because Pastor so-and-so in high treason will not allow the truth to come out. They're calling us Gentiles. It's no wonder we're in a mess. This is high treason that these church pastors are guilty of. Neither will they tell you America is Babylon. Period. I come harsh against the churches. They're full of lies. The people are corrupted. They're sleepwalking into Armageddon, sleepwalking right into damnation and don't even know it. My goodness. What took place with him crossing his hands and putting that blessing on Ephraim and Manasseh, that's a calling that was never revoked. It would move right up into the last days. Once the Father decides to do something, he does not change his mind. The church tells you that he does. They're full of it. Even the king said, the lost tribes of Israel. He said Israel's still around, so it wasn't integrated into all Jews like we have been programmed to believe. We're not Gentiles. We're of Israel. So when he switched his hands and put that blessing on England and the United States in Genesis, I want you to focus on the April 8th solar eclipse and what is said here. Why they say we're being X'd out. X'd out. You know what the letter X looks like. Everybody does. We got X's everywhere. Generation X, X-Men, Twitter X, Disease X, you name it. Well, here's what I want you to see. Think about this one. As I said in one of my videos, 1776 foretold. Now, what happened in 1776 with the eclipse happens now. As this nation began, it ends. So watch that video. Well, as Jacob put this blessing on Ephraim and Manasseh, the way that Ephraim and Manasseh started in Genesis ends the same way. When he put his hands on their heads and switched it like this, one big X. The exact same X's on April 8th, 2024. Think about that.